Hello everyone, today I'll be showcasing the Tenet Detron. I have a crit focus build that does viral, heat, radiation, and magnetic. The build on the weapon follows as Prime Target Cracker for critical damage, Galvanized Diffusion for multi-shot, Lethal Torrent for fire rate and multi-shot, Galvanized Shot for status chance and gun condition overload, Pistol Pestilence and frostbite, for viral and status chance, Magnetic Might for magnetic damage and critical damage. This magnetic will help deal with shields, plus will be an extra status that goes towards gun condition overload, and Merciless Gunfight for extra critical damage and punch through, and this punch through goes a long way with this weapon. Now, the innate valence bonus that I have for this weapon is heat, and the arcane I've chosen for this weapon is Secondary Innovate, where on hit, increase critical chance by 10%, which resets after 6 big critical hits. This will allow the weapon to crit without even needing to bring a crit chance mod. And here is a stat for the weapon. They're pretty alright. Little intermission before I get into the demonstrations. I'd really appreciate it if you could drop a like or sub, as that would help me out a lot. Thank you. Now, enemies I'll be testing on is the usual 20 corrupted heavy gunners with steel path modifier on at enemy level 160. First, I'll demonstrate the headshot damage. You can see it does pretty good damage, get a bunch of status off. Can get some pretty decent one-shots off if you do get some nice orange crits from Secondary Innovate, but even with yellow crits it does very good damage. Now for the body shots. Does pretty respectable damage, won't get any one-shots off, but I mean, it's pretty great still. Now the weapon does have an ult fire where you can dump out the whole magazine, but I will note that it has a pretty decent amount of recoil on it. As you can see here, I aimed at his body and I ended up around over there, so you do have to aim down as you're shooting it, but it does allow you to have some pretty crazy burst DPS. Once again, the ult fire, you just gotta aim down as you're shooting it, so that you can, I guess, beat the recoil out. Now, I'll just demonstrate one more time on enemies. Now, as you can see, the weapon does have a pretty sizable ammo size of 262, so you can really, I guess, kind of hold down the weapon and just kill a bunch of stuff and not really worry about running out of ammo. It does great damage, like, it'll go through any content in Steel Path without too much problems at all. So, very fun weapon. I recommend you grab it and give it a go. Solid weapon, and yeah. Last row of enemies. Now, you barely do get red crits with this, but red and yellow and orange is well enough from Secondary Innovate to do good damage with it. And that's about it for the build. Hope you enjoyed the video and try to build yourself because it's pretty good. Thank you and goodbye.